make sure everything stay here. All of my crypto accounts, AMC, obviously, talk about that as well. We're going to understand where AMC is today and what we're going to be viewing here. So, again, let me just make sure we're in the right place. We're good. We are live. I don't know if we are live. It looks like we are. Okay. We live. Let's go. All right. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Things went pretty well today. Things went pretty well today. Let me go to. I think I'm gonna go to subscribers only for right now. I don't know how much we're gonna get here, but I might just go to members only. We'll see. What's going on, everybody? How did everybody do with their portfolios today? And the movement in AMC was pretty amazing, and the movement after hours before. Wow, I didn't even notice this. Bring this up, guys. So AMC did increase to $47 before decreasing a little bit down to 43, a low of 43, and now currently we're at 44 again. So it's definitely fluctuating with, all of the information that's going around, the earnings call, all that stuff. Thanks for streaming this. Yeah, no problem. I hope I can, get it. I think I can. I think I'm in the right place. Usually I'll listen like third party when it comes to the earnings call, but we'll see. We'll see when we get on here. We should have audio and everything. Just you guys let me know. So yeah, we'll figure that out as we get closer to the time. We're about 21 minutes away from entering the lobby, but then you still got like 15 minutes after that. So how did everybody's day go today? What can we expect for earnings? I mean, I don't really have. I would hope we beat. You know, where we were last quarter or last year. So I would hope that's what we're going to see that, but I don't know what we can truly expect as a positive that will affect the stock. But we're seeing a lot of fluctuation right now from where we are. So definitely dropping down a bit, 2%, 2.3%. Um, with all the hype around this, I guess you're seeing a lot of fluctuation. What are you doing after the stream? We need to get together this week to talk about. Yeah, I know. We do need to talk about that. I know we keep playing like, I don't know if it's like Discord tag or phone tag or whatever. But right after the stream, I actually have to cook dinner, so it's gonna be difficult. Looks like numbers were released. So numbers were released for earnings. Let's check it out. Does anybody in Discord have the link directly to them so I can? Major shareholder outcome regardless of the outcome. Yes, that's 100% true. We're up about 8% today in the stock, so that's definitely showing that a lot of people are hype around what the numbers are gonna be. But even if the numbers are a disappointment, AMC's after hours trading will look shrug emoji. True believers that will follow Aaron anywhere at this point. So they're basically saying no matter what the earnings end up looking like, we're gonna see that. Does anybody have a link to there? If anybody's in the Discord, AMC hold day. Oh, 5 million a year, so year over year growth being pretty massive. Analysts, good. That's looking positive. That's really positive. Thank you for that, M. Kriegs. I appreciate that. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. That's the issue. We just had pizza yesterday. History has ever said that. Come on, don't lag on me. If it's gonna lag on me, it's not gonna be good. Uh, you miss earnings per share, but beat expectations. Disney and AMC are teaming up. Where'd you get that information? AMC after hours stink. Well, it was good in the beginning. It's definitely fluctuating. With information that's coming out, with people anticipating, the earnings call to see what they're going to talk about, any announcements, all that stuff. Disney and AMC teaming up. What? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would be great if you actually had a. I don't think that's going to be a thing. But then again, it might be. I don't know. Monetization is off. You don't want to have monetization off. Why so? Uh, yeah. Well, either way, I mean, as you're looking at it, you're definitely seeing some movement here. Some the way it moved up to $47.50 so quickly, showing what this can do. But it pulled back very, very quick, all the way down to lower than where it was consolidating at that $45, $44 level. You're looking at $43.50 that it did drop down to. Currently back up to a level where it's getting closer and closer to break even. You could see a lot of positivity as you go through. So, uh, did they leak earnings? I don't think they leaked anything. Um, Puerto Rico in the house with you, Matthew. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Uh, hold with you since $9. Staying positive for this call today. You the man. Thank you for saying that, Mikey. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a part of this community. I'm sure everybody else in this community appreciates you as well. AMC stock price doesn't know what to do right now. I would agree. It's definitely moving more than it did pretty much all day in a matter of minutes. Like, it's obviously today it moved quite a bit. Seeing 67 million in volume is not bad at all. And seeing it get up to a high today of $45.95, and literally within 2 minutes in the after hours market, it breaks through that up to 47.50. So they keep adjusting the earnings. We'll check. Wait, EPS beat by 10 cents revenue. Yeah, we'll wait for this call. We'll see what they have in store, and how excited they are. Obviously, they're going to be excited for their business. Right? They're going to be excited, but I want to see what they have in store for you know the future. Any announcements going to be pretty big, hopefully, and we can see the stock price rise. Earnings numbers are live about 20 minutes ago. Great beat across the board. Are out. Yes, we saw that. Call is in 30 minutes. Yes, I know. The call is in 30 minutes. I'm waiting here for the earnings webcast, and waiting to get into the lobby in 15 minutes. So it's 14 minutes till I get into the lobby. I don't think it's 30 minutes till the call. So earnings are released, Matt. I know. I know. Uh, Let's see what they're talking about here. Can I make this bigger? Like what the hell? Guess not. Oh, cares. Loop Ring was making a move. I know we're not talking about crypto right now. I mean, we can always talk about crypto, but Loop Ring definitely made a move today. I'll tell you that. And I didn't buy in anymore, which I was planning on making a move in, but I never ended up doing that. My crypto account, I believe my Coinbase Pro account is about to break, or actually had hints of breaking 23,000, but it's at 22.5. So it has been making some decent moves today. Excited about the growth here. If you didn't know, the Eternals apparently grossed, where's that? 161 million globally. So that's pretty damn good. I don't know how much that portion is AMC box office numbers. I would like to see that. The movie, yeah, I would like to see um, if they have those numbers in to see what we're looking at for different Marvel movies. I guarantee that Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be huge. Everybody is hyped for that movie. So, well, there's a lot of people that are hyped for that movie. I wouldn't say everybody. Um, uh, if they've dropped it by $1 in the after hours. But yeah, yeah, it's definitely making negative moves, positive moves. Recently, we've seen some consolidation down here, some fluctuation, and like Jay Appleseed said, like it doesn't know what to do. It really doesn't. And take everything that happens in here with a grain of salt. Yeah, 71 million domestically. Finally, green on Coinbase. Been red since the IPO. Oh, you mean like actual like Coinbase? I thought you meant like your crypto. I like the fact that Zom was up. Wait, let me look for Coinbase. Where is Coinbase? I had Coinbase here somewhere. I could type it in, but I don't feel like doing that. And now I'm gonna do it. Coin. So yeah, Coinbase up to 350. That is amazing. A high today of 363. Freaking phenomenal. Love seeing it. Love seeing it. Yeah, that growth was just really good. Really strong growth. Congratulations for being up since the IPO. Yeah, I made money in the IPO and then tried to double down and then ended up losing money on it. And then eventually made money on it again and decided to well, cut my gains, I guess, because I made about 200 something dollars. I can't remember exactly what it was because it was between Fidelity and um, uh, Weeble. So I don't know what the actual cost basis was, but I know I made about $200 $300 from it. Zom was up 7% today. Yes, Zom definitely made a decent move today. I was hype about it, but you got to take it one day at a time. Zom, you're gonna have those days where it can like literally lift off. You have seen it get to $58, you know, but today wasn't the day where you're gonna see it skyrocket 50% or 100%. I would love to see that, but today isn't the day right now. I wasn't even paying attention to it. All of a sudden, I saw the P&L gain. And I was trying to figure out where it came from. Well, it's good that you hung on. You didn't just sell the position. Going grocery shopping. Anyone need anything? If you're talking about you're going grocery shopping for stocks or for crypto, then yes, I do need a lot, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it. AMC popcorn, please. Disney is going to have 5 Disney Plus movies at AMC. It was in the news this morning. We have a deal with Netflix and Universal too. Phenomenal. That is amazing news. I love Zom. $58. Did I say $58? 58 cents. I would love Zom to be $58 as well. 58 cents. Yes. Earnings leaked ruin the after hours market run up. I mean, that's what they want, right? That's what they want, right? Any type of leak of information and boom. I mean, that's I don't know if it I mean, I would guess it derailed it a little bit. Yeah, probably right. See the moves on LTC lately. I didn't look at it closely. I have LTC, so I'm not missing out at all. But let me go to currently. Wow, that does look pretty good. I don't know why it says it's down 10 or I guess 10%, almost 10.5%. The same thing that goes for well, Bitcoin's up to 66K. Same thing goes for Loopring. It's saying it's down 36% when that should be up, right? I believe. Am I wrong by saying that? I believe that should be up. And also, let's see where Krill is because I haven't looked at that. It's up to $3.09. That's up a little bit. But yeah, I've been looking at a lot of things here. I just haven't been looking at them closely. But that definitely is a good price. Um, the thing that I want to see from Litecoin is Litecoin get up to that $500 mark, like it's been before, close to it. 11 more likes, you get to 69 likes. Yeah, I would like to get higher than 69 likes, so 100 likes would be great. My course tweeted the leak earnings. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the AM, BetX, and BBIG to make the moves. Yeah, I was in BBIG today, and I actually made money from BBIG in the beginning, but then decided to get back in it on a rushed play, and I ended up losing a little bit of money there. So that's another lesson learned, but um, made some money from it. So it's just I didn't make as much. Let's see. Let's go to wait, where were we at? I don't know why I started this. I have to go. I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm not gonna go. I bought 5 call options for Roblox at 115 strike price, and boy is Roblox looking cray cray. Is Roblox looking crazy? I was about to say it again. Cray cray. Wow. Holy sugar. Yeah, Roblox looks phenomenal. I didn't even know it was down to 77. That's one of those ones where I look at when it gets down to that 70 mark as a potential gainer from there as a swing play. So that's crazy. That's how you can tell I haven't been looking at the stock market a lot lately. Bathroom, grab a Gatorade bottle. No, we're good. At 69 was short lived. Yeah, got up to 74 likes. Guys, if you can get me to 100 likes, that will be amazing. We're going to be streaming this earnings call. I believe we're going to enter the webcast or the lobby in 5 minutes or so. BBIG is turning into Zash. Zash just invested in Hyperreal. Facebook metaverse. Interesting. Very interesting. Popcorn deal is great. Yes, it is. Branding, so it costs AMC like nothing. Well, I wouldn't say it costs nothing. Depends how they want to brand it and package it and all that stuff. I like it for a short squeeze and a long play. BBIG. Yeah, I'll have to look into it more. I mean, I don't I don't classify many things as a short squeeze anymore because I know they're not something that comes around often. But you can definitely see it as if you have no other way of classifying it. Um, if it is going to push quite a bit, then you can classify it as that. But I just won't classify it as that. But I can definitely say it looks like it will make a move. But I'm playing it for short-term plays. Quick gainers on one day. I'm looking for maybe $100, $500, $1,000, something like that. There's a lot of those that I'm playing it like that. But if I looked into it further, I'm pretty sure I'll probably see the same thing. Wish I had more capital, but I invested it in AMD. I did hear about AMD today, up 10%. That looks amazing. Let me go back to here because I believe someone asked me a while ago, what I saw with AMD, or I think it was around here. Yeah, I think it was around here, what I saw with AMD. No, actually, it was further back. It was around here. Yeah, because it was a lot lower, and it did come back. And someone asked me about AMD. I believe I did see some. I didn't see some consolidation in it. I did see that eventual push, but this looks amazing that we are seeing in this latest day, up 13%. Sorry, up $13 or almost $14, up 10%. Naked is up 89 cents. Me Kevin just said AMC beat earnings. Yes. Uh, yeah, so there's a lot of things that had really decent moves. About that loop ring. Yeah, how about that loop ring? Looks really good. Go back to do I have regular Coinbase up? Hello? Hello, hey everybody on Twitch. Got one person on Twitch. Thank you for watching on Twitch. Let's see what's happening here. Is Eternals a good movie? I want to go watch it. A lot of people thought that it wasn't the best movie, and I don't know. I thought it was good. It was different than what we saw in every other Marvel movie. Um, I don't wanna spoil it for anybody, but there's pieces that people just didn't like, and I want to create like a reaction, like a spoil free reaction, but then also like a spoiler, like my total thoughts on it. So I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I'm not going to say any more. But I thought it was a really good movie. I guess people don't like it because it's different, right? It's a, it's longer, right? It's longer. Obviously, you can't really say that it's super long because Avengers Endgame was crazy long. That was like 3 hours. And then I also saw Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut, and that was 4 hours. So I would I would love to see things that are 5 hours long. I would watch a movie. I told my wife the other day, I would watch a movie if it was 10 hours long. Like I would literally take the day from 12 all the way until 10 and watch a movie because I love stories and I get connected to stories really easily. So see what this ends up being. All right. Well, all I hear is music. Please hold tight. Oh, better not start like lagging and stuff. Can't deal with that. I pay for strong internet for a reason. All right. All right. Is that Lindsey Sterling? I'll turn this down. Let's see. Super bullish on this hidden gem SPIR. Look at this real quick. No one is paying attention to SPIR partnered with SpaceX. How do you think Elon is going to stay connected to SpaceX? Check Fire Global currently is down 2% today. Look at the news. God damn it, Daisy. No. No, no, no. Don't start that. Uh, hmm. If we look at it at a like 10,000 foot view, we're seeing this all the way down here consolidating. Could be a good point if that's the real case that you're seeing a partnership. Tomorrow morning should be exciting. It probably will be. I watched a Game of Thrones 10 hours straight. Yeah, I usually go on Netflix and we'll watch movies for like 4 hours, and Eric is always like, "Oh, I wouldn't watch a movie if it's that long. It's too long." Yeah, you can't mentally get prepared for it, but I think a 4 hour movie is okay, in my opinion. Eternals was good. Not an Iron Man type of action, but it's decent story. Characters, in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree with you. A lot of people don't like origin stories. Um, they tend to hate origin stories the most, and they don't realize like how like little action you actually see with it. And I thought we had a good amount of action throughout the whole entire thing. So Matt, you're one of my favorite OGs. I'm missing your early morning streams. I'm sorry that I can't do that. I mean, I can, but it's just very, very tough to do that. If you're not getting a certain amount of people that are in the streams, it's super tough. Like I would say, at minimum, I want to keep probably somewhere around 400 people in the total stream for that long, and that would be great because then I can have a certain amount of members that I can talk to, and I'll know to expect all of these members in the stream, um, and we can go from there. But it's just so tough to do that because then like I know I have to do my 9 to 5. If I didn't have my 9 to 5, it would be a different story, and I would probably be streaming a lot more. Uh, Probably maybe like 2.5 hours or something like that, maybe 3 hours, and then the rest would just be creating other forms of content. Tagged you on Discord on SPR. Okay, let's check that out. Discord. Probably looks very interesting. Low cost too. Uh, of that, guys. If you want to join the Discord, definitely do that. SpaceX first space agency and keep Ethereum announced the blockchain in the space. Oh, yeah, I'll have to. There's a lot more. Maybe I'll buy a couple of shares of it. Be like a hundred, 200. See how that can run. After AMC, we'll see. After AMC, we'll see more of you. I hope so. I hope I can get to a smooth like 3 million out of that, and then yes, you will see definitely a lot more of me because then that gives me comfortable room to basically instead of worry about this being like that stable form because a business usually you want it to be a little stable, and yes it will fluctuate because views come in differently at all times and I wouldn't expect the highest amount possible. I just expect somewhere in the middle. Bro, KRL is what I see. Yeah, I've been in that. Well, I've been in that for a couple of days now, and Grill looks good. $3. I invested in, I believe it like, I think 300, something like that. $300. So currently at $3. That's a lot higher than where it was. Have you looked at an X? No, I haven't looked at that. Is that a cryptocurrency? What is it? I'm late to the party. What's the discussion been? All AMC today? It's been AMC and cryptocurrency, but we're waiting for the earnings call to happen. We're about 8 minutes out, and we're gonna listen to this thing. Right now, it's just music. Let's see if you can hear the music, guys. If you can hear the music, let me know. It might be loud, so be prepared. Can you guys hear it? Just to make sure the audio is working. I want to make sure you guys can hear that. Good. Okay. Perfect. 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 That's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to hear. Uh. uh Deal stock. Oh yeah. I think I've. Yeah. Actually, we still have time. All I know is AMC ran for me today, and now my um portfolio grew from 50,000 or 51,000 to about 54,000 today. So I'm definitely excited about that. It's still moving, but could hit 54,000 in a matter of minutes. Never really know. Let's look at this position. Yeah, this is good. If I look at, yeah, this is like a perfect swing trade setup. And you see this swing trade setup from $20 all the way up to 30. Could surpass that, but it looks like it resists somewhere around those areas. Has a strong resistance up in this area close to 30. So sorry, I'm just listening to make sure that this is still playing music and not playing any audio. But yeah, it's getting closer and closer to these levels. I would say for me, I probably wouldn't make that move to invest into something that's so close. And it's not even investing, it's more or less trading. I wouldn't make that move to trade into something like this right now because it's getting closer and closer to that peak point. If you've been making money from it, I'm not saying that you have to sell anything that you want, that you don't want to sell. But if you're in it for a swing trade, it's getting closer and closer to where that swing trade top will be. So, we looked in the H bar. I have a bunch of major players in it. Line cars who would love that. Everybody would love it. Uh, Look at all these orange members. We're growing old together. Yes, yes, we are. As soon as the call starts, I'm gonna close this thing up, which it should start soon. I'm gonna close it up to members only. Turn it up. Turn what up? I'm almost there. That's crazy that we have so many members. I appreciate you guys for being members, for being a part of this community. It does mean the world to me. Really, it does. Let's see some big market movers real quick. Yeah, look at that. That movement is just phenomenal throughout the whole entire day. Obviously, you're looking at something uh, in a 10,000 foot view when you should be looking at it closer. And most of that movement you saw happen throughout the after hours market. After that, you did see a little bit of an increase from here, from this level of like $6 all the way up to 12, 220% in the day. Now down a little bit. That's crazy. Someone wants to listen to elevator music. I don't know. I'm gonna keep AMC up so that we can figure out what's gonna happen here. what will happen like tick by tick. Maybe we can do it tick by tick. Yeah, we'll look at that as we're going through the earnings call to see what's happening there. TMI is running the music while we wait. No, I'm not running that music. What we'll do is we'll do like a half and half screen maybe. You do this. I'm gonna have to exit this. I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay, that's what I want to see. What we're gonna do is a half and half. Let's get an understanding where things are. Hopefully, you know what? We'll do it the other way. So you guys can see. There we go. That good? All right, so we got about 2 minutes, and we're gonna start this thing. I'm stacking 2 cords of firewood. Thanks for the company. No problem. Am I always playing elevator music anyway? It's no stretch for him. Yeah, I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna drink some more water actually. So my kids are here. I don't know if I told my wife that I'm gonna be doing this earnings call. So how long is this thing? Like an hour? Stream starts without me. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, but I'm also gonna tell her that I'm streaming this. So Carl's not here.
Greetings. Welcome to the AMC Entertainment third quarter webcast. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. A question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. And please note that this conference is being recorded. I will now turn the conference over to your host, John Merriweather, Vice President of Investor Relations. You may begin.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to AMC's third quarter 2021 earnings webcast. With me this afternoon is Adam Aron, our CEO and Chairman, and Sean Goodman, our Chief Financial Officer. Before I turn the webcast over to Adam, let me remind everyone that some of the comments made by management today during this webcast may contain forward-looking statements that are based on management's current expectations. Numerous risks and uncertainties and other factors may cause actual results to differ materially from those that might be expressed today. Many of these risks and uncertainties are discussed in our most recent public filings, including our most recently filed 10-Q. Several of the factors that will determine the company's future results are beyond the ability of the company to control or predict. In light of the uncertainties inherent in any forward-looking statements, listeners are cautioned to not place undue reliance on those statements. The company undertakes no obligation to revise or update any forward-looking statements, whether as a result of new information or future events. On this webcast, we may reference measures such as adjusted EBITDA, free cash flow, operating cash burn, and constant currency, among others, which are non-GAAP financial measures. For a full reconciliation of our non-GAAP measures to GAAP results, please see our earnings release posted in the Investor Relations section of our website earlier today. After our prepared remarks, there will be a Q&A session. This afternoon's webcast is being recorded, and a replay will be available in the Investor Relations section of our website at amctheaters.com later today. With that, I'll turn the call over to Adam.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. And a very special welcome to thousands of our individual shareholders who we expect will be joining us on this webcast as well.
Who we are.
At the beginning of 2021, we shared with you our view that both the film exhibition industry and AMC would see sequential improvements in the industry-wide box office during the course of 2021. And indeed, we are seeing exactly that. The industry's box office has been meaningfully increasing each and every quarter thanks to improved vaccination levels and an increasingly appealing film slate. Add to that AMC's commitment to robust health and safety protocols through AMC Safe and Clean and our stepped-up marketing activity, and our numbers for attendance and admission ticket revenues at AMC also continue to rise. When we reported second quarter 2021 numbers, I said on that quarterly earnings call in August that, quote, AMC crushed it, unquote. I didn't say that because we were yet profitable or because we were out of the pandemic woods at that point, but rather because our results were so much better than market expectations, and also because Q2 results were so much stronger than Q1 results. In that spirit, the just announced Q3 results for AMC once again are encouraging. Our numbers for attendance, revenues, adjusted EBITDA, and net loss continue to markedly improve and continue to be well ahead of consensus market expectations. Looking at our industry, the third quarter of 2021 posted the largest domestic industry box office of the year at nearly $1.4 billion, 66% higher than that of Q2 2021, and 486% higher than that of Q1 2021. And as for AMC more specifically, here are just a few snippets of the improving performance that we reported today. The global attendance count for AMC in Q3 2021 was 40 million people. Now, we'd not normally be smiling at an attendance level that was not even half of what it was 2 years ago. But again, this attendance count of $40 million in Q3 of this year is so very much larger than the 22 million guests we had with us in Q2 of this year, or the 7 million guests we had in Q1 of this year. And for that matter, the 40 million guests in Q3 are so much higher than the 8 million guests we had in Q4 of 2020, the 6.5 million guests we had in Q3 of 2020, and the mere 100,000 guests we had in Q2 of 2020. 40 million AMC guests in Q3 2021 was up 81% from our Q2 2021 attendance and up 488% from our Q1 2021 attendance.
Wow.
And look at this positive trend another way. Q1 2021 attendance at AMC was only 9% of that from the comparable pre-pandemic first quarter of 2019. However, Q2 2021 AMC attendance was 23% of the comparable Q2 of 2019, and Q3 at AMC, just completed, was 46% of the comparable Q3 of 2019. Importantly, these positive trends continue as the fourth quarter of 2021 begins. Thanks to Venom, Bond, Halloween Kills, and Dune, 4 different film titles that each won the first 4 weeks of October respectively. Last week we announced that October 2021 was AMC's biggest month for attendance and admission revenues since February of 2020. And we can tell you now that our attendance in October 2021 was 72% of that of October 2019. And admissions revenue was even stronger, almost 90% of that of October 2019.
Wait till December.
The upward trend is clear and unmistakable. The story is similarly compelling for AMC's total consolidated revenues. $763 million in Q3 2021 was up 72% over 2021 Q2's $445 million. It was up 414% from 2021 Q1's $148 million.
Wow.
And if you want a year-over-year comparison, $763 million of consolidated revenues in Q3 of 2021 was up 539% over the $120 million of revenue AMC had in Q3 of 2020 a year ago. How about we look at adjusted EBITDA? We essentially broke even on the EBITDA line in Q3 2021 with an adjusted EBITDA loss for the combined 3-month period of only $5 million. That number is much better than consensus market expectations, and it is $145 million, or 96% better than the Q2 2021 adjusted EBITDA loss. It's $329 million better, or 98% better than the Q3 2020 adjusted EBITDA loss for the same quarter a year ago.
Let's keep this going up, because then
But
they don't have to offer shares.
Look beyond the numbers. There were many bright spots for AMC during the third quarter of 2021 and the first 5 weeks of the current Q4. High notes that are of interest to consumers generally and what our shareholders tell us make them proud to be the owners of AMC. Here are 9 examples of a variety of positive developments going on inside AMC right now. 1, we upped our game on alternative content, showing concert movies and live sporting events, including UFC, WWE, heavyweight boxing championship fights, and professional football games on Sunday afternoons in Q3. 2, we introduced open caption showtimes each week in hundreds of our U.S. theaters, specifically for the benefit of the hearing impaired and for those where English is a second language. 3, recognizing the success of our promoting artist-driven, curated movie releases through our Artisan Films effort that was launched in the summer of 2019, we just now launched AMC Thrills and Chills, our unique promotional spotlighting of horror movies that are showing at AMC. 4, we similarly launched $5 fan faves so we can bring back popular movies that were released in prior years. 5, having a charitable event around the 20th anniversary of 9/11 in September. AMC again screened the Paul Greengrass movie United 93 and donated the ticket proceeds to the Flight 93 National Memorial. On Veterans Day, Thursday of this week, we will show Clint Eastwood's film, American Sniper, and will donate our ticket proceeds to the Wounded Warrior Project. And we could never forget September 24, which is World Gorilla Day, where the ticket proceeds of Gorillas in the Mist showing in our theaters and the 9 Planet of the Apes movies showing on AMC Theaters on Demand were donated both to the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund and to the Wildlife Conservation Society. 6, we started accepting cryptocurrency for AMC gift cards and are encoding right now to accept cryptocurrency for online payments on our website and mobile app. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, among other cryptocurrencies are all in the works, and we are exploring now how we can take Shiba Inu as well. While we will accept cryptocurrency, we will not hold it on our balance sheet and therefore will not face increased balance sheet risks. 7, we introduced a new program called AMC Investor Connect, a communication and rewards program for our shareholders. Already, with more than 385,000 people enrolled in AMC Investor Connect since its inception in late June of 2021. Next, we opened the Grove and Americana theaters in Los Angeles to great success. Under AMC's management and benefiting from the power of AMC's marketing programs, a few weeks ago, these 2 theaters had already climbed to become the 8th and 34th highest grossing movie theaters in the entire United States. And we're not done. As we sit here today, we have signed 3 signed leases and 5 signed letters of intent on particularly appealing, potentially successful movie theater pickups around the U.S. 7 of the 8 are coming to us from ArcLight Pacific Theaters, which has ceased operations, as you know. Beyond these 8 new theaters, we are continuing to review additional new theater opportunities that are coming our way. And finally, there are our 7 new, in our opinion, simply stunning Nicole Kidman television commercials for AMC theaters in the United States, also being used for all our theaters across Europe, which debuted in September of 2021 in Q3, and in which Nicole Kidman reminds us all how wonderful it is to see, in her words, dazzling images on a huge silver screen, and that at AMC Theaters, we make movies better. Our financial results have gotten stronger and stronger, and our company is doing good things, innovative things, in area after area after area.
2.5%.
One can see and one can feel that our industry and our company, AMC Entertainment, are on a path of recovery and improvement from this horrid global pandemic that has occupied us all since early in 2020. Therefore, no surprise, our spirits are upbeat. However, even amidst such good news, we're not yet where we want and where we need to be. We wish to emphasize that no one should have any illusions. There is more challenge ahead of us still to be met. The virus continues to be with us. We need to sell more tickets in future quarters than we did in the most recent quarter.
3%.
And adjusted EBITDA is still well below pre-pandemic levels, but also clear we are
Yeah,
making progress,
definitely.
considerable progress. Sean,
There needs to be some sort of
over to
news
you.
about future projects.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. For the first time since the fourth quarter
3.5%.
of 2019, essentially all of our theaters around the world were open for the entire quarter. Much has been written about the impact of the COVID pandemic on the theatrical exhibition industry and AMC in particular. Recovery takes time, but with all of our theaters now open and looking at how our financial results have progressed over the last 9 months, and considering the strength of the upcoming film slate, it really feels like we are moving towards a more normal theatrical exhibition environment. The numbers clearly show our recovery trajectory. Adam has already highlighted some of this information. In Q3, we achieved 140 million global attendees, representing an 81% increase over Q2 and a nearly five-fold increase over Q1. 2, consolidated adjusted EBITDA of negative $5 million, very close to break even, a $145 million improvement over Q2's EBITDA loss of $151 million,
down.
and a $289 million improvement over Q1's EBITDA loss of $295 million. And finally, operating cash burn, representing operating cash flow before interest payments, payback of deferred rent, and non-recurring rent prepayments, and after capital expenditure, was approximately $10 million per
on the way
month,
up.
and this compares to approximately $42 million per month in Q2 and $107 million per month in Q1. And we continue to expect sequential improvement as we go into the fourth quarter. Indeed, as Adam noted,
19%.
the fourth quarter got off to a very strong start. October 2021 admissions revenue was almost 90% of October 2019's admissions
Smart,
revenue
J-Man.
levels.
That's smart.
And this just in. This last weekend's total AMC revenue exceeded the 2019 comparative period. So while we have more room for improvement ahead, the comparisons of our performance now to that of 2 years ago, pre-pandemic, are much improved over where they were during the past 5 quarters.
Guys,
As you just
stop
heard,
talking.
the 40 million guests that we welcomed at our theaters during the third quarter represented 46% of attendance in Q3 of 2019. But that was also 67% of attendance per showtime during Q3 of 2019. This difference between having 46% of Q3 2019 attendance versus having 67% of Q3 attendance per showtime illustrates our continued ability
This is
to
everything we
flex
already
capacity
expected. Yeah.
and therefore flex operating costs to efficiently meet the level of demand. This
You need, like,
effective
a merger or
management of
something.
our cost structure is one of the key reasons we were able to achieve the sort of strong results that we saw this quarter, results that were considerably better than many expected from AMC. As we are still in a ramp-up phase, comparison of our results to prior periods in 2020 and 2019 is often not particularly meaningful. However, there are some important performance indicators that are worth discussing.
4.5% down.
Our consolidated revenue per patron for Q3 was a very strong $19.08. This compares to $15.12 in Q3 of 2019, a 26% increase. In the domestic market, revenue per patron was $20.15, up $4.28 or 27% from Q3 of 2019. This was driven by a 39% increase in food and beverage spend per patron from $5.35 in 2019 up to $7.41 in 2021, coupled with a 16% increase in average ticket price from $9.45 in 2019 up to $10.98 in 2021, and a 64% increase in other revenue per patron from $1.07 in 2019 up to $1.76 in 2021.
Not the person that's talking,
In our
probably the
international
people
markets,
behind the
revenue
scenes.
per patron was $16.95, up
Cut me off, man.
$3.60 or 27% from the third quarter of 2019. This was driven by a 41% increase in food and beverage spend per patron from $3.59 in 2019 up to $5.07 in 2021, coupled with a 17% increase in average ticket price from $8.45 in 2019 up to $9.91 in 2021, and a 50% increase in other revenue per patron from $1.31 in 2019
5%.
up to $1.96 in 2021.
This guy's not doing it.
Clearly, across all of our markets, we continue to see significant strength in average ticket prices, food and beverage
Just
spend,
dropped
and other
55K
revenue
off
per
my
patron.
P&L for today.
The strength in average ticket price has been helped by pricing actions taken during the third quarter, plus a high utilization of our premium large format offerings such as IMAX and Dolby Cinema. Our guests view going to the movies as a special occasion, and they increasingly choose to splurge on the best possible sight and sound experiences available through our premium offerings. Likewise, the increase in our food and beverage revenue per patron is a reflection of guests' enjoyment of the full theatrical experience at AMC. The significant outperformance compared to 2019 is mainly driven by an increase in the proportion of guests choosing to enjoy our industry-leading food and beverage.
I think it's going to come back.
Moving over to the balance sheet. We ended the quarter with $1,825 million of total liquidity. This is comprised of $1,613 million of cash and cash equivalents and $212 million undrawn under our revolving credit facilities.
This guy's got you all jacked up.
Regarding capital allocation, we continue to pursue a balanced and disciplined approach to capital allocation.
We listen to the same person.
Our priorities remain: 1, ensuring that we do have sufficient liquidity; 2, strengthening our balance sheet by reducing our debt and associated interest costs; 3, investing in our business to enhance the guest experience; and 4, opportunistically pursuing value-enhancing initiatives, including those that lead to diversification of our business.
6%
With respect
decrease.
to strengthening our balance sheet, as discussed during our last webcast, we continue to choose to pay cash interest rather than payment in kind or PIK interest, thus avoiding any increases in our debt position. During the third quarter, we exercised an option to repurchase $35 million of our highest cost debt that carried a 15% cash, 17% payment in kind coupon.
This is not retail traders that's doing this.
While this may seem like a relatively small amount, it is yet another step
No freaking way.
that we are taking on the path to recovery and will result in a reduction in our annual interest cost by approximately $5 million. Similarly, during the quarter, we repaid approximately $45 million of deferred rent, taking our deferred rent balance down to $376 million. In total, during Q2 and Q3 of 2021, we have reduced our deferred rent obligations by approximately $100 million. For now, we continue to focus the substantial majority of our capital expenditures on maintenance spend. CapEx for the third quarter was $17.5 million net of landlord contributions. And net CapEx for the whole of 2021 is now expected to be in the range of $80 to $100 million.
Take offense to that.
As part of our ongoing efforts to optimize our theater portfolio, during the quarter, we opened 7 new theaters and closed 4. This brings the total number of locations closed in 2021 to 17 and the total number of new locations opened to 18 for a net add of 1 location as we continue to effectively manage our portfolio by adding new high-performing locations and eliminating lower-performing ones. Looking towards the fourth quarter and 2022, as Adam noted, we have reason to be optimistic. Based on a Q4 domestic box office forecast of approximately $2 billion, we currently believe that our adjusted EBITDA and our operating cash burn is likely to turn positive in the fourth quarter. While we are buoyed by our Q3 results and the momentum going into the fourth quarter, we do recognize that there is much work still to be done. We are very focused on the task at hand, and we are confident that we are well positioned to capitalize on the improving and increasingly more attractive industry box office as we close out 2021 and head into 2022. And with that, I will pass the call back over to Adam.
Thanks, Sean. Before we open this up to your questions, I'd like to talk about our strategy going forward for a moment. It goes without saying that we're going to do all in our power to bring back AMC as you used to know it pre-pandemic, the biggest and most successful movie theater company in the world. And true to our company's heritage, we will strive to be as creative and innovative as we possibly can as we do
Diamond,
so.
Yes.
But you don't drive a car by looking only in the small rearview mirror and only ponder where you've been. Instead, you also look through the much larger front windshield. You look forward, you gaze at where you're headed in addition to where you've been.
Whose quote is that?
When some people have looked at AMC, they've made the mistake of only looking back to the company that we once were pre-pandemic. They don't factor in that our enthusiastic new shareholders have armed us with a war chest currently of more than $1.8 billion in liquidity. Now, we intend to be extremely careful with that liquidity, using it first to get to the other side of this global pandemic. At the same time, however, these monies should allow us to think hard and boldly about how we might transform AMC into a new and different company that does a lot more than just show movies in cinemas. You've already seen, for example, our announcement of last week that at AMC, we will be entering the multi-billion-dollar popcorn industry in 2022.
Yes.
There are two significant advantages that AMC enjoys in that regard. First, our brand, AMC Theaters Perfectly Popcorn, has credibility. After all, our company has been selling popcorn for 101 years. And on a peak day, we already sell some 50 tons of the stuff. And I ask you, is there anything that tastes better than real movie theater popcorn? Is there anything that tastes better than popcorn from AMC?
Think of a couple of things, but popcorn
we have
is delicious.
terrific, long-standing business relationships with the biggest and best mall operators around. So, AMC, starting in 22, will open kiosks, counters, and stores in retail malls around the country. We also are in discussions with manufacturers and co-packers to introduce an AMC Theaters line of ready-to-eat and microwavable popcorn to be sold in grocery stores and convenience stores under the AMC Theaters brand, again, hopefully commencing later in 2022. And given that we are now cooking popcorn right now, this very minute, at nearly 1,000 theaters in 12 countries, we also intend in 2022 to introduce new to-go packaging so we can offer pickup and takeout options, and partnering with existing home delivery services to offer home delivery as well.
Like Uber and
on a completely
Grubhub?
separate idea, AMC has also been speaking publicly in recent months about cryptocurrencies and NFTs. I can confirm today that we have been exploring with third parties over the past few months both how we can accept cryptocurrency and, if it is feasible, for AMC to consider even launching our own cryptocurrency. Similarly, I can confirm to you today that we are now in conversation with multiple major Hollywood studios about the concept of joint venturing commemorative NFTs related to major film titles that show in our theaters. This is the 21st century after all, and it would seem that there may be real opportunity for AMC in these areas.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
But, so there's absolutely no confusion on this score. Some of these
No buts.
conversations are only preliminary in nature. The regulatory climate is fast-moving and could affect our thinking, and there can be no assurance how, when, or if we will proceed. Still, the whole concept is quite intriguing to us. But
We need
popcorn,
confirmation.
cryptocurrency, and non-fungible tokens are only
No,
three
Grubhub, their
ideas of
food.
several we are actively thinking about within AMC. We'll say
But
more
AMC
publicly
has good
about
food.
them when and if we know more. Our point,
Not just
though,
popcorn, everything.
is that when you think about AMC's future, especially securities analysts from major firms who sometimes publish long treatises about various exhibitors, including AMC, you should be thinking broadly about us, because at AMC, we are thinking broadly about our future.
That's a good idea, Jumpman.
Before
Or
we head to your
J-Man.
questions,
Assuming it's
I'd like
Jumpman.
to end our prepared remarks with a personal comment, if I can. I believe the chief executive officers of
Pepper
companies
tendies.
should own company stock, and I believe in transparency. So I want to repeat today comments that I made on our last earnings call 3 months ago. As one of my first acts this summer as the new chairman of the board of AMC, I announced my intention to recommend to our full board of directors a new executive stock ownership policy. The board approved that recommendation of the new policy at its most recent meeting. It applies to 19 of our most senior executives. Without taking you through its many nuances and complexities, the new stock ownership policy generally requires that I, as CEO, be required to carry 8 years of my salary in fully owned or board-granted AMC stock. The goal is for our company's CEO to think and act like a shareholder because I am a shareholder. I want my interests to be aligned with yours. Separately, on the last call, I pointed out that much of my annual compensation is not in cash, but is in AMC stock. Each year, 62.5% of my compensation is in AMC stock, not cash, to be exact. In the almost 6 full years I have led AMC, with the caveat that I did give some shares to my 2 adult
You
children,
should put pubs in
and I
there.
forfeited some granted shares in some years, but not in others, to cover federal and state income tax withholding obligations, I have not sold a single AMC share. When AMC stock was rising in value earlier this year, I did not sell even one AMC share, not in March, not in June, not in September, when I could have done so. But on our last call, I also pointed out to you that in September of 2021, I would turn 67 years of age. A youthful, vibrant, vigorous, full of life 67, I might add, but 67 nonetheless. Prudent estate planning suggests I should diversify my assets a bit, especially with Congress having been discussing imposing potentially soaring capital gains tax rates and significant changes to what can be passed on to one's heirs. So, even though I was not required to make the public disclosures that I made back in August, To be transparent, I made those public announcements anyway. Nor am I required to make any public announcement today. Although, to be transparent, I'm repeating those same public announcements today. I said then that I expected to sell some AMC shares before year end, and that I would do so under the auspices of a so-called 10b5-1 plan where I give up stock trading control and turn it over to an independent bank, in my case, J.P. Morgan Chase. My plan, though, which I did put in place back in August, has several parameters, including that the plan be set up several months in advance and that any stock sale be spread over at least 3 different calendar months. So, you should expect to see some stock transactions shortly on my behalf.
Not good.
I can only imagine that naysayers and others who wish AMC harm will try to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt in this regard. But here's what they probably won't tell you. Even after this brief wave of selling comes to an end, I, Adam Aron, still will have well more than 2 million fully owned or granted AMC shares in my name. If you do the math, you will see that with this much current and future ownership of AMC, I have an enormous personal stake in the future of our company, of your company, of AMC Entertainment. I fervently believe in AMC, and my interests are very much aligned with our broad shareholder base to care very much about the value of your ongoing investment and my ongoing investment in AMC Entertainment stock. So, that's our thoughts coming out of Q3. Sean, let's turn first to questions that were submitted to us from our shareholders. What's the first question?
Oh, it's pretty weird, pretty scary.
Thanks, Adam. So the
also
first
understand
question is, will AMC consider various promotions associated with the new popcorn sales, such as perhaps a golden ticket?
So, I have to admit, it's no surprise. I think I'm following almost 2,500 of our shareholders on Twitter, and I receive hundreds, sometimes thousands of inbound messages every day on my Twitter feed. I tend to read as many of those as I possibly can every single day because I learn so much from what our shareholders tell me and what they think. And what's happened this year is we've been deluged by suggestions from our shareholder base. Over and over again since the popcorn announcement, which was just
to look okay.
last week, I've seen suggestions that we include in the boxes of popcorn that we sell in supermarkets, for example, that we include an AMC discount certificate, or occasionally, just as a random surprise, maybe a free ticket, even a free private theater rental at our theaters.
Maybe they should do the physical NFTs in there.
I think it's a great idea. If you just turn on your television and look at other companies' advertisements these days, Domino's has a major promotion right now of something called Surprise Freeze, where they're
the
giving
physical
out things
and
along
digital
with,
NFT.
the pizzas that you order from them. It's not exactly a new idea. All my life, Cracker Jack has put a surprise. It's not a very good one, but they put a little surprise in every package of Cracker Jack.
Who's coming to Cracker Jack?
I think we have a great opportunity to bring down the perceived cost of buying AMC Theater popcorn, perfectly popcorn, by putting in either a discount certificate if you go to a theater or a freebie of some kind. And similarly, we have an enormous promotional opportunity to let people know that they should go and give them incentive that they should go see a movie. In some cases, it may be a particular movie. Some cases, it may be all movies at a nearby
I don't know about that.
theater. So I think it's a great idea, and write it down. Folks, we're going to do it.
Thanks, Adam. So the next question is, will you accept Shiba Inu?
So
It's
Shiba
Inu.
Inu, again, suggestions from shareholders. There's just been a tidal wave of inbound messaging to our company and to me personally that we ought to get much more active in the sphere of cryptocurrency, and that there was real opportunity for AMC. And in a groundbreaking announcement back in August or September, we announced with some bravado that we're going to accept Bitcoin by year end for online payments either on our website or our mobile app. It was very well received. So we figured out a way to increase the currencies that we would take, growing it to include Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. We
Thank you for
then
becoming a
received
member, Fred.
so many messages about Dogecoin. We took a quick look. I did a Twitter poll. A lot of you voted. A lot of you voted yes. So we're in the process of figuring out how to take Dogecoin. More recently, once the Dogecoin announcement was out there, we announced that we'd already figured out a way for people to buy AMC gift
bought some
cards
AMC?
right now
Nice.
using all these currencies that I've mentioned here before. And we are on track
How much?
right now to accept, as we promised, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and others prior to
Cardano?
year-end next month. We believe that we'll be in a position, that's for online payments directly with us through our website and app. We think we'll be able to launch the acceptance of Dogecoin in the first quarter of 22, just a few months from now, again, on our website and smartphone app. And as we made
Only
those
3?
announcements, which was
Good enough.
making a lot of you happy, the flood of commentary came in about Shiba Inu. So again, I did a Twitter poll. And again, a lot of you read the tweet, a lot of you voted, and a lot of you voted yes. And we are now figuring out how we can take Shiba Inu as a currency. That's the next one on our cryptocurrency hit parade. I might add that we believe we have figured out ways where we do not have to hold cryptocurrency on our balance sheet. So we're not taking increased balance sheet risk with all this potential acceptance of cryptocurrency. And as I said earlier in the remarks, as we learn more and more about the opportunities available to AMC with cryptocurrency, it does really raise the question in a serious way. And we are engaged in serious thought and discussions with third parties on this subject. Do we just accept cryptocurrency, or do we issue an AMC cryptocurrency of our own? By the way, that one I might hold on the balance sheet because we might own a lot of that. And be interested to see what value creation could occur for the benefit of our shareholders if we do.
They're trying to take out the fluctuation of
Thanks,
the
Adam.
price
And the next question
by not holding it on their balance
what
sheet?
are the opportunities for AMC with respect to NFTs?
Here
Trevor,
again,
we're figuring out BTD.
our inbox is filled with ideas from our shareholders about NFTs. I remember reading the first tweet that came to me. It was either a tweet or a DM, a direct message, that said, you really ought to launch the issuance of commemorative movie tickets in the format of an NFT. And I instantly thought, that's a really smart idea. That's just a really smart idea. And
It's a great idea.
I realized as I kept reading, that wasn't the only inbound messages I got about NFTs
AMC Premium app?
or about commemorative tickets. And the more I saw this cavalcade of advice from our shareholder base that we should explore commemorative movie theater tickets as NFTs, the more they set us down this path. We have already commenced serious discussions
Be worth
with
more than Matt
multiple
Perry
Hollywood
coin.
studios, major studios, about launching NFTs. in conjunction with some of the major titles of movies that are playing in our theaters. As I said in the prepared remarks, there's nothing to report today, but stay tuned. This space is very intriguing to us.
Thanks, Adam. The next question is, will AMC offer a method by which people can buy retail AMC merchandise?
Thank you, Hope.
Well, you seem to
Thank
be
you.
on the hit parade of suggestions from our shareholders. Over and over and over and over and over again, people are telling me that we ought to launch various lines of AMC merchandise.
Absolutely.
It's a whole variety of things that would carry
Shirts,
the AMC logo,
hats.
whether it's golf shirts or coffee mugs or hats
Absolutely.
or a lot of other things. Again, it seems like a good idea to us, especially if we can connect it to major movie titles that are playing in our theaters. And so we're going to be exploring this area very carefully as we enter the new year, 2022.
Will AMC offer esports and gaming in the theaters?
Esports and gaming. This is something we've looked at repeatedly over the 6 years that I have run AMC. There are reasons to think it might be one of these many ideas where we could branch out our company and do something different going forward than we have done in the past, hopefully creating shareholder value in the process or living up to the shareholder value that's already implied in our share price. Interestingly for us, on our board of directors is another Adam Sussman, who's the president of Epic Games. And not a week goes by that I don't receive suggestions in my inbound Twitter feed that we form some kind of partnership with a company called GameStop, which apparently many of you have heard of. So we're going to take a look at what opportunities available to AMC through gaming and esports as the new year comes forward.
Next question is, what theater locations are you looking to expand into?
Probably no expansions right now.
I'm really proud of the caliber of talent in our development organization. Development is our name for our real estate group. They have ownership of the, whatever it is, the leases on almost 1,000 theaters that we have. They're in active dialogue with proprietors in the commercial real estate industry, mall operators, other commercial space. AMC, over the past several years, has really become what we think is the clear, undisputed leader in our industry. And what we're hearing from landlords across the United States, as well as across Europe, is that we're a company of choice and gets first crack on a lot of superb movie theater locations.
Not a good after hours.
That may come our way. So in addition to the 8 theaters that I mentioned are in the pipeline right now, either signed leases or signed LOIs to go to the next step with these leases, our development group is out there looking at and fielding proposals like every week for a new theater here or a new theater there, based on the intriguing commercial real estate opportunity that's in front of us. I think it was in your remarks on the call earlier, Sean, you talked about how we're adding high-performing theaters like the Grove and Americana in Los Angeles, which a month after we took them over were the 8th and 34th highest grossing movie theaters in the United States. At the same time, we're pruning out of our network of almost 1,000 theaters, low-performing theaters that essentially make no money at all or even lose money. We'd love to be in a position where we can refine our fleet
Swing and a miss.
so that we can continue to add high-performing, profitable theaters and chase away leases that are far less attractive.
Thank you. And what about issuing AMC-branded credit cards?
That's another great idea. Although that one, I don't remember seeing that from on Twitter. I think that came from within our company. I thought about doing that when I joined AMC back in 2016, because earlier in my career, when I was the chief marketing officer of United Airlines, United Mileage Plus reported to me, and therefore United's co-branded credit card reported to me. And back in 1990,
Co-branded with
I hate
Amex.
to admit, 31 years ago, United was doing about $10 billion of volume
I was
on
born in
that branded
91.
credit card. $10
By the
billion
way, I don't know what he's talking about.
or more. I didn't launch a branded credit card at AMC back in 2016 because at the time I thought it was a small idea for us and that we wouldn't place a lot of cards. But something very dramatic has changed at AMC, first in 2018 and now again in 2021. Between 2016 and 2018, we started dramatically growing the amount of participation in our AMC Stubs loyalty program. And
It's a
we
yes or
now
no
have
question.
over 20 million households who are enrolled in AMC Stubs, just in the United States. A lot of those people are very committed to AMC. Then in the summer of 2018, we launched A-List and added another almost million people who were participating with our subscription program, committing to to pay us each and every month for the opportunity to see as many as 3 movies a week for a fixed price. That's another group of people who are uniquely committed to AMC. And then there's what happened this year. As you know,
I should do that. I see a lot of movies.
Individual retail investors descended upon AMC, bought control of AMC, and the last time we announced that we had some 4.1 million retail shareholders who are very much invested in our company, not just invested financially in our company, but invested emotionally with our company. And that's another group of people who are very interested in our company and very committed to AMC. So given these 3 populations now that are large, in the millions, that are committed to
The
AMC,
Appleseed, that's funny as hell.
I think an AMC branded credit card might work really well, both for the holder of the card and for us as the company with the co-branding partnership with a major bank. We've already started discussions with several of the major credit card issuing banks to see if we can't do something here in 2022. This is yet another one of these big ideas where AMC going forward could be a company that is much more active and engaged in people's lives than just being the repository of where they go to watch movies at a movie theater when they want to go see a flick.
Next question here is, would you consider expanding further in Europe?
Well, we would consider expanding further in Europe, but I do want to remind everybody that already today, AMC Entertainment is the largest movie theater exhibitor in Europe. We are either number 1 or 2 in the UK and Ireland, in Portugal and Spain, in Italy, in Sweden, in Norway, and Finland and Scandinavia. And we're number 4 in Germany today. So we have a significant position in Europe. The brand names that we use are different in Europe. It's Odeon in the UK and Ireland. It's Sanesa in Spain, and it's UCI in Italy. It's Finkino or Svenska Kino, other names and local names in Scandinavian languages up in the north. But we're a big player in Europe. and we're always looking to see if we can come bigger and stronger still.
Will AMC consider making its own movies?
Yet another interesting idea that has come into us of late, especially after we raised the $1.25 billion of equity capital in the month of May. When our shareholders facilitated our raising capital, equity capital, that puts our company in a position where we can consider how to deploy that capital and do so to create value for our shareholders. This is not entirely a new subject for AMC. Many years ago, AMC became a 50% owner of something called Open Road Films. I was the co-chairman of Open Road Films.
All right, guys. Hopefully, you guys are okay with me stopping this here. I need to go because I need to get a dinner prepared and all that stuff. But I wanted to quickly talk about it for the last 3 minutes that I had here. I'm sorry if you guys are just want to hear what he has to say. You can go to another channel that is streaming the rest of it. But I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on everything that we did see here. So the thought on Adam Aron selling, I guess, some shares, that does rub me the wrong way, but understand that if he gets paid a certain amount of compensation through these shares, it makes sense that he would take out that money if that's basically his compensation. I understand that leaving 2 million shares in there doesn't really mean that, or it makes me feel a little bit better about the overall situation. Because obviously it's only taking a small portion out. You do see that the stock price has decreased down to a low of like 6.5%. It was down 6.5%, I believe, at the lowest point, but it has risen back up. But yeah, I mean, all in all, they have great ideas. Great to be able to see the increase year over year and over last quarter when it comes to revenue. Also, looking at the attendance level going up a massive amount, we understand that the reason why attendance level went up was because the pandemic was happening. And then, you had a little bit post-pandemic. We're still within that pandemic, but we're looking at better attendance numbers because things are getting a little bit more lax, obviously vaccines and all that stuff. So that's good to be able to see. That the revenue sitting at 763 million, 72% over Q2 and 539% over Q3 of 2020 is definitely a great point to make there, which does create positives. One thing that I did see from somebody in the chat was it would be a really great thing to have like some sort of home viewing service. I don't know if you would be able to do that because, you might be able to record whatever you can record, but if you have some sort of home viewing service, you can obviously get paid through like sales there, and that can go towards ticket sales. But that's basically for people that want to stay at home, that don't want to go to theaters, that still want to watch the movie. If they have some sort of capability or capacity to do that. I think the credit cards are a great idea as well. I would love to have a co-branded AMC and Amex credit card. That would be phenomenal. But yeah, that's really my thoughts. I think the home delivery stuff, I know that kind of sounded a little bit weird because who would home deliver popcorn? But I think what we can get out of that is you can home deliver anything, all the food at AMC, and their food is pretty good. I have like their pretzel bites, all that stuff is pretty good. So that's my thoughts on the overall situation. I understand that people wanted to hear him talk, but I have to get out of here. So thank you guys for watching, for being a part of this, and everything. Yeah, I will try and stream a little bit more, but I don't know if I'm going to upload a video on AMC, but I want to do kind of a recap for AMC and also for Shiba Inu, because I heard Shiba Inu did a little bit there. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching and so much for being a part of this community, all of the members. I appreciate you a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream or maybe even the next video. Who knows? I might post something.